Good morning. Now we're going to see the topic that is filariaform larva. It's a parasitology, filariaform larva. In that first topic is Wuchereria bancrofti. So Wuchereria bancrofti common names is bancrofti filarial worms, Dermatui, Cubor, Wuchereria levis, bancroft, Sebrotri, man. So these are the common names. Then it's a geographical distribution, it's a tropics and subtropics, India along a coastal area, Pondicherry, endemic. So habitat, adult swarms, lymphatic disease, embryonic stages, microfilaria and peripheral blood. So this is a geographical distribution. Red parted is the most common region where you can see the organism. Morphology in adult, it's a grossly a white silk thread like a worm, transparent, tapering at both end, female ova viviparous. Ova is nothing but a egg laying, vivi is nothing but a larval form. It can able to produce the ova and viviparous. Lifespan is about a 5 to 10 years. So you can see the thread-like structure. This is a worm. Microfilariae appear in a host peripheral circulation during night structure. So you can see this violet color is a microfilariae. Cephalic phase, somatic nuclei, caudal nuclei, and sheet, etc. So it contains these are the parts present in a microfilariae. It contains a cephalic sheet, somatic nuclei, can see inside a somatic nuclei, caudal nuclei, and sheet. This is a sheet. Okay. So microfilaria is a common structure seen in the infected patient peripheral with smear. Definite host is man, intermediate host is mosquito, especially culex, adenos, and anopheles. Humans are the only known reservoir, no animal reservoir seen. This is the life cycle of the Wuchereria bancrofti. So you can start with the one. So mosquito takes a blood meal, L3 larva enters into the skin. So once the mosquito bites, okay, the L3 form of the Wuchereria bancrofti, this is the L3 form of the larva, which get entered into the bloodstream. After entering into the bloodstream, it will get mature adults in the lymphatic. In the lymphatic drainage system, it develops into the adult worms. That adult worms produce a sheet, adults produce a sheeted microfilaria that migrates into the lymph and the blood channel. So adult worms and its fertilization produces a microfilaria. It contains a sheet that involved in the bloodstream. So while in the bloodstream, the mosquito takes a blood meal. A new mosquito comes and sucks the blood. This microfilaria get entered into the mosquito gut. So after entering into the mosquito gut, the microfilaria sheets the penetrates the mosquito with gut and migrates into the thoracic muscle. So in the mosquito, the larva gets migrated into the gut and developed into the thoracic muscle of the mosquito. In L, that form is said to be the L1 larva. That L1 larva further developed into the L3 that migrates to the head and mosquito prospects. Prospects is nothing but a mouth part. So after this L3 again it's sent for the new person. This is the cycle repeats. Here I denotes the infective form. Okay, L3 is the infective form. D denotes it's a diagnostic form. So this is a diagnostic form we can able to diagnose in the patient bloodstream. Larva developing in the mosquito thoracic muscle. So mosquitoes thoracic muscle we can see the larval form. Infected larva L3 emerging from the prospects of the mosquito. So from the mosquito mouth while sucking the bloodstream, the larva is coming out from the mosquito mouth part, mosquito string. Pathogenesis, Wuchereriasis, bancrofti filariasis. You can see in the form of Wuchereriasis or bancrofti filariasis. Two types of infection, classical filariasis or occult filariasis. Classical filariasis is nothing but adult worm and microfilariae. So mechanical block by the adult worm, allergic manifestation, blocking of lymph vessel, chronic inflammation, lymph valves damaged and incompetent, increased permeability, leakage of lymph node, lymphoedema, then elephantiasis. So if the patient need to develop the elephantiasis, this or the following stages may occur. One is a mechanical block with the adult worm, then allergic manifestation, then blocking of lymph vessels, chronic inflammation, lymph valves damaged and incompetent, increased permeability, leakage of lymph and lymphedema, then finally lymph elephantiasis. Stages in lymphatic filariasis: asymptomatic A microfilariaemia, asymptomatic microfilariaemia. These are the two stages of the elephantiasis. Stages of acute manifestation, stages of obstructive lesions. So clinical feature: filarial fever, lymphatitis, lymphoadenitis, lymphangiovarics, hydrocele, chylurgia, orchitis, folliculitis, epidermitis, elephantiasis of the limbs. So chylurgia is nothing but a pus in a pustules in the urine. So you can see the white color urine. This is the urine sample. The patient can deliver that is the lymph cells. Okay, lymph cells in the urine. That is in white color. Occult filariasis due to hypersensitivity reaction to the microfilarial antigen, massive eosinophilia, hepatosplenomegaly, pulmonary symptoms, clinical features are absent, microfilariae not found in the peripheral blood. So in occult filariasis, these are the things are happen, these are the things will be present. Tropical pulmonary eosinophiliasis due to immune reaction for microfilariae characterized by the high eosinophilic count, proximal nocturnal cough resembling bronchial asthma, typical chest radiographic findings noting lung function test showing obstruction, positive restriction pattern in adults in endemic area. So you can see this is a normal one, and you can see the white patches where the topic of pulmonary edema it's got exposed. So this is a elephantiasis picture. The patient leg become like a elephant foot. That is elephantiasis. This is another picture. So this is another picture, and you can see this is scrotum of the male patient where the scrotum got developed and inflammation of the scrotum, and this is a breast part is got bulky in the patient infected with elephantiasis. Laboratory diagnosis: direct method by detection of microfilariae, detection of adult worm; indirect method by the eosinophilic antibody detection, antigen detection, DNA probes, polymerase chain reaction. These are the various methods we can able to identify the filariae band. Demonstration of microfilariae in a peripheral blood. When we can able to demonstrate the microfilariae in a peripheral blood. Take blood smear, 2 to 3 drops of free flowing blood from by finger prick method stained with the lesion stain. With the help of that finger, we need to prick it. Then we need to add a 2 to 3 drops in a slide. Then after slide, we need to do with the lesion stain. Then we can able to do the demonstrate the microfilariae. Membrane filtration method: 1 to 2 ml of the intravenous blood filtered through the 3 micrometer pore size membrane filter. DEC provocated test. After consumption of the DEC, MF enters into the peripheral blood in a daytime before 30 to 45 minutes. So usually the microfilariae will be present in the bloodstream only in the night timing. Okay, when the body in the rest position, while at the active stage, the microfilariae can't able to identify in a bloodstream. Only in the rest stage, we can able to identify. Once we giving the when we taking the DEC, the DEC provokes the microfilariae to enter not in a muscle to get entered into the bloodstream. At the time, we can able to identify the microfilariae. So this is a to make a thick and thin smear technique. You can see here. First, we need to prick the finger by sterilizing the area with the acetone. Then we need to prick it. Then we need to add in a slide. Then we need to make the tongue shaped smear. So this is a thick smear and this is a thin smear. So you can see this is a microfilariae. This is epithelial cells. This is pus cells. Okay. So these are the microfilaries. Demonstration of microfilaria in the peripheral where microscopic mount, unstained preparation or undulated motion. Okay, so microscopic we can unstained organism we can able to see acridine orange and microhematocrit tube technique. You can see the accredited orange, that is the immunofluorescence technique. You can see this is the microfilaria in the bloodstream. We can able to identify with the immunofluorescence microscope. Detection of adult worm lymph node biopsies. It classified seen in the X-ray, and you can see in X-ray. You can see the lymph node got swelled due to the microfilaria. Laboratory detection of microfilaria, detection of adult worm, indirect method by eosinophil antibody detection, antigen detection, DNA probes, polymerase chain reaction. So other than we can perform an ELISA, then ICT filariasis card test. You can see if it is two forms, that is positive, the patient is infected with the filariasis. If it is a single, that is got only in the control line, that is a negative. Other tests like ultrasonography, lymphocytonography, X-ray diagnosis, and hematology. Treatment DEC already I told we need to administrate the DEC for a patient. We can able to administrate the microfilaria in the daytime in the peripheral blood smear. Diethylene carbazamine. Okay, that is a DEC 6 microgram or per kg body weight. The portfolio is reducing the microfilaria concentration and kills the adult worm. Albendazole kills the adult worm. Ivermectin kills the microfilaria produced by the adult worm. So treatment of microfilaria patient may be produce of the obstructive vision may be repeated after 6 months till the MF or a symptomatic disappears. So you can see the difference after the treatment, how the patient got reduced of a swelling. But it doesn't mean it's a regular follow-up. It doesn't mean the patient will cure completely. Okay, due to regular practicings of the medications and the regular exercise, it can reduce the get back the normal. Surgical treatment, hydrocele excision. So that is already I shown the picture of hydrocele, which got us a bigger, bulky scrotum. You can see scrotum equipped surgical remove of skin and tissue, preserving the penis and the testicle. Only removing the tissue, extra tissue and the skin. So preserving the penis and testicles. Epiodema, that is elephantiasis, excision of redundant tissue, excision of subacute tissue and fatty tissue, protomal drainage and physiotherapy. Lymphangitis, oral antibiotics to cover against a common skin pathogens, erythromycin, elevation, diuretics to reduce the swelling, cosmetics, alias recovery and functional pain. Elephantiasis, prophylaxis against a bacterial skin sepsis, oral penicillin or monthly benzamin penicillin. Good food hygiene may have raising the foot at the night, appropriate footwear. Periodic DEC to prevent the reinfection. Vector control, anti-larval measures, mosquito larvicidal oil, pyroxene oil, organophosphorus components such as tefonis and disorder, anti-larval measures we can take externally, that is or locally. Anti-adult measure DDT, HCH and dilatate. Personal prophylaxis, reduction of a man-mosquito contact by using the mosquito net and screening of humans. So far we learned about Vaccinia bankruptcy, a most common pathogen which causes elephantiasis infection in patient, especially in India and Africa. So that is prevention and treatment. So among this, another filarial form, filarial causing infected organism is Burgaya malai. Burgaya malai is a common name, is a Malayan filaria, prevented in India, Sri Lanka, part in Southeast Asia. Kerala, the largest endemic area in India. So obviously, you came to know why it's got a species name. So, Ochilea bankruptcy and Burgaya malai, what is the difference? Size Ochilea bankruptcy is bigger, Burgaya malai is smaller. Curvative, it's smooth and it's kinky. Cephalic space is short and in Burgaya malai it's longer. Somatic nuclei clear and separated in Ochilea bankruptcy and fused in a Burgaya malai. Caudal nuclei is none in Vaccinia bankruptcy but present two nuclei in a Burgaya. So this is a picture difference. You can able to see here there is a more nuclei, only few nuclei. This is a caudal nuclei. Here it is absent. Okay. Intermediate host, mosquito, Manconi, Anopheles, Aedes, and animal reservoir presence. Okay, pathogenesis only restricted to the legs, no cheiluria, no involvement of the male genital. Okay, no cheiluria, that is, we won't produce any white color urination, that is a lymph in a urine, only restricted to the legs. Mostly we can see the infection only in the leg part. Common name is a Timor filaria, restricted to Timor and other islands of the eastern Indonesia. So vector anaphylaxis barbairostressus, this is a mosquito name and there's a milder infection. By comparing Uxlaria bancrofti, it is shows the milder infection. So lymphatis, Uxlaria bancrofti, Burgia malay and Burgia timor. This was the three species involved in the lymphatic system. Here it is a subcutaneous system, lova, Onchocercus vulvaris, Mansonella, Streptococcus, then body cavity, Mansonella prostratus, and Mansonella oryzalis. These are the other species we can able to the species of which involved in the body cavity. Next, we're going to see the organism lova, also called as the eye worm. You can see inside the eye, you can see the worm. Okay, that is eye worm. The adult worm live in the subcutaneous tissue or in a subconjunctival tissue of the man. Morphology. The adult worm measures 30 to 40 micrometer. Female worm is about a 40 to 7 micrometer. Microfilaria nuclei extended up to the tip of the tail. It is a dineural periodicity, 250 to 300 micrometer length and 6 to 8 micrometer in a breadth. Lova, you can see this is the larval form and extended tail, sheet, stain, etc. Lifestyle definite host is a man, intermediate host is Chilopsis, and bite of the Chilopsis infected larva enters this. It is like a housefly. Okay, infected larva enters into the skin, which is a subcutaneous tissue developed into the adult form. Female worm on a developed discharge microfilaria into the circulating blood. This microfilaria are ingested by the female Chilopsis on its bed meal. Flying stages, you can see here. This is a Chilopsis. It's like a housefly, same like a Uxlaria bancrofti. Once it bites the adult worm, that is L3 form and entered into the human bloodstream, and it's get matured into the male and female. After the reproduction, it produces a microfilaria. This microfilaria entered in the bloodstream. Again, it's the Chilopsis taken the blood meal. Inside the Chilopsis, it get developed into the L1 and L3. Again, the cycle repeats. Here it is the infective form and this is the diagnostic form. Pathogenesis causes a disease called loesis. Adult worm live in the subcutaneous tissue and to cause a temporary swelling called fugiti or a calpernal swelling. They disappear in a few days and reappear elsewhere. They are a hypersensitive reaction to the excretory product of adult worm or microfilaria. We can see the very clearly the worm present in the eye. Okay, adult worm may be reside in the subconjunctival tissue. It may cause a granulomata in the bulbar conjunctiva, edema of the eyelids and prophylaxis. Laboratory diagnosis, clinical suspicion, fugitive swelling in persons exposed to the infection in endemic area. Demonstration of a microfilaria in a peripheral bed, detection of a blood adult worm in the eye or calabash swelling. Surgical removal of adult worms. The already I showed this is DEC, diethylcarbasamine is the drug of choice. Onchocercus vulvaris, next organism. It's a common name, converted filariasis, liver blindness, or other blind filaria. Second major cause of blindness in world. Adult worms are located in the nodules in the subcutaneous connective tissue of the infected patient. Morphology, adult worm. Adults are whitish or obstructions with the transverse striated on the cuticle. Male worm measures 30 micrometer in length and 0.15 micrometer in thickness. Female worms measures about 50 centimeter by 0.4 mm. It's a microfilaria, it's unsheeted and a non-periodic. They measure 300 by 0.08 micrometer. Habitat found in the skin, subcutaneous lymphatitis, conjunctiva, and rarely in peripheral blood. So this is a life cycle, same like in onchocercus bullosus, it's involved a black fly. In my Ochilii bankruptcy, it involves the Culex mosquito. In lower lava, it involves the corpus. It's like a housefly. So same, the life cycle is very common, like all the organisms. Infected from L3 get mature microfilaria inside the gut of black fly. It's again converted to the L3. The cycle repeats. Definite host is a human, intermediate host is a day bitten female black flies of the same family. You can see the black fly picture. It's also like a house fly, but it's look very darker. Similar species breeds in fast and flowing river. The disease is most common along the courses of river. Hence, the name is a liver blindness. River blindness. Female black flies are the pool feeder and sucks in a blood and tissue fluids. Microfilaria from the skin and lymphatitis are ingested and developed into the third stage larva. When this infected simile bites a person, the disease is transmitted. Pathogenicity, the infected larva deposited in the skin by the bite of the vector develops into the adult worm. Adult worms are seen in a tangled muscles in a subcutaneous tissues. Subcutaneous nodules or onchosarcoma in the circumference fringe of non-tender tumors formed as a result of a fibroblastic reaction around the bones. They tend to occur over an anatomical sites where the bones are superficial, such as scalp, scapulae, ribs, elbow, iliac crest, sacrum, and knees, or and painless. Microfilaria causes a lesion in skin and eye. Skin lesions such as dermatitis and pruritus, pigmentation atrophic, and fibrosis. Oncodermatitis, what that is skin darkened at the result of an intestine inflammation. You can see this is a spot. Skin darkened part, that is inflammation. Ocular lesions, photophobia of a glandular bulging visions, prognosis to the total blindness. Most common early findings is conjunctivitis with the photophobia. Other lesions are pulmonary sclerosis, keratitis, hydrocytitis, secondary glaucoma, coronavirus, and optic atrophy. You can see the bulging part of the subcutaneous tissue levels. Microscopic for demonstration of microfilaria, skin snips from the iliac crest or a trapezius region, conjunctival biopsies from the subcutaneous nodules. So this is the microsheet filaria or microfilaria. Serology, ELISA more sensitive than skin snip test to detect the onchocercus antigen. Rapid CAR test is detected antibodies. Prophylaxis in 1974, WHO launched a control program for a vector control and treatment of a patient with the ivermectin. So the most common drugs is ivermectin, DEC, and albendazole for all the filarial form larva. Ivermectin 150 microgram per kg single dose orally, DEC and suramine. Surgical excision is recommended when the nodules are located on the head due to proximity of the wound to the eyes. Manzonella streptospira. This is another organism. Filarial worms seen only in Africa. Unsheeted microfilaria are found in the skin. Culicoids are the vector of that is a clinical features. Dermatitis is pruritus and hyperpigmented macules. Diagnosis demonstration of microfilaria from skin and clipping. Treatment ivermectin. So next we're going to see the next organism, that is a Manzonella species. Adult worms are seen in peritoneal and pleural cavities. Unsheeted microfilaria are seen in a blood. Culex species are the vectors. Manzonella persistensis is the same like a Manzona oryzae. Infection is generally asymptomatic but may cause a transient abdominal pain, rashes and angioedema and malaise. Diagnosis demonstration of microfilaria in peripheral blood. Treatment doxycycline 200 microgram twice a day for 6 weeks. Thank you. That's the end of the slide of about microfilaria. We have reached the more about a 6 organism. Among this, the most common and the highly infectious organism is Ochilii bankrupti. So that could be the possible organism to go. We can predominantly identify the most of the areas.